Colorado Buffaloes added one of the best defensive linemen in the transfer portal. Let's get to know him.
You are Locked On Buffs, your daily podcast on the Colorado Buffaloes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Buffs. I'm your host, Kevin Borba. Joining me today is one of Colorado's newest transfer portal signees, Dylan Manuel from App State. Dylan, appreciate you hopping on. We're going to be talking about your journey to Colorado, why you picked Colorado, and Colorado's sort of mission moving forward. But we appreciate you hopping on. I know you're a busy guy this time of the year, getting ready to make the move to Boulder and all that jazz. So let's just start off with a little bit about who you are. I'm not going to make you brag about yourself, so I'll give the fans the rundown. He had 37 total tackles this past season, 3 sacks, a pick, a big man interception. Love to see it. Didn't return it for a touchdown, though. We would have loved to see that, but maybe this year, right? Maybe next year. And then you had a run defense grade of a 76.2. You were a freshman All-American at Charleston Southern. So why Colorado? You had a lot of programs interested in you. What stood out to you about Deion Sanders' program?
Man, when I first got there, I felt the love immediately. Like coming through the airport and then seeing Coach Peko pick me up, he really showed who he is about and what he's about. And then when I got to the facility, man, all the coaches just showed love. Coach Pun, Coach Peko, Coach Sanders, all the coaches, even Coach Reggie, the NIL guy, man, like they just showed love, man.
And when you got to meet Coach Peko, is there a sort of excitement to learn from someone who's been in the NFL and big dude as well? It's probably not often that you're the smallest guy in the room.
Yeah, man. The opportunity to learn from him is an opportunity of a lifetime. You don't really get coached by guys that played 15 years in the league, and especially they was captains for 8 years. And him just coaching me, man, I just know like anything he teaches me, I'm gonna believe because he done it for 15 years. He did it one of the longest. Usually you could go to the league and play 4 years. 15 years is kind of crazy to me. And then he has some accolades under his belt as well. So knowing him and how he used to be a great run stopper, I know I can improve my run stopping game with him.
Yeah, and when Colorado says, "Hey, Dylan, we really want you," what was their selling point to you? Right? Like, what was the this is the 3 things we like about you, or this is what we saw on tape that we liked about you? Give us a breakdown and give us like an insight on that, because I think the transfer portal, it gets a little confusing at times because it's so fast paced. Like it opens on the 2nd. I think you visit on the 4th, if I'm not mistaken,
The
or
third and fourth.
the 3rd, right? So you were there quickly. So how did it happen so quickly? Like what did they like about you?
Um, Really the scenery, man. Like everybody's gonna talk about the coaching staff, the coaching staff, and how you can get coached by NFL people. But man, it's really the scenery, man. Like the facilities, like they have top notch facilities, man. I know I can go in there and get rocked up by Coach Swayze, the strength and conditioning coach, and then they also have a great nutrition lady. Um, and then the cafeterias, man. Like, I know I'm gonna eat good. I know it's like an NFL type place, like facility.
Mhm. Yeah, I think they invested quite a bit in making sure that you guys are treated like pros. And I think that goes a long way, especially not every program's able to invest that much into their facilities. And so it's nice to see that Colorado's investments are working out. And so one of the things that we talked about off air that was kind of funny was you said you like to wear jackets. And I think you'll have the opportunity to wear jackets and hoodies in Colorado because of the weather. Let's just talk about Colorado as a whole, though, like the program and I guess why it stands out as so special. Because I think a lot of people around the country wanted to take a you know what on Colorado for having a down year. But I think the moves that Deion Sanders made this offseason shows, at least me and I think a lot of fans, like he's going to figure things out. Was that sort of the same message you got from him as well?
Man, yes, like all the recruits that committed when I was there, bro. Like I think the safety name is Ben. He put us in a team room and we had a 15-minute conversation. He said, "Man, I really put you guys in here to see what you the guys about and look you in the eyes." And that right there just showed me that there's a leader on the team that's willing to win and that's ready to win.
Mhm.
And he told us the story. He said, "Man, I do not want to get paid by any NIL." He told them, he said, "Man, please go get D lineman because when the front goes, the back end goes, and it all works hand in hand." So, man, I feel like the guys we're bringing in, we have a will to win. We're ready to win, and we're all coming from FCS or G6. I feel like
Mhm.
the guys on the FCS level and G6 level are really the guys who just been overlooked and ready to prove that they could play on any big stage at any time.
Yeah, and I think that was sort of that's kind of been the theme, I guess, of your guys' class so far is G6 or FCS guys who are proven, who have sort of been there, done that at the G5 or excuse me, G6 or FCS level, but now you guys have a chance to do it at the Power 4 level. Talk to me what mindset you guys bring that maybe Colorado was lacking, right? Talk about the mindset that all of you guys have that maybe fans don't understand.
The mentality we have is a dog mentality. Like we're never gonna stop. We're never gonna give. We're gonna keep striving. We're gonna try to come in and change it. Not gonna try. We're gonna come in and change the narrative and try to get to a bowl game, even maybe a championship game. But we're just gonna take it one step at a time and day by day.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that you got to meet Ben. He seems like quite the character. Honestly, I think he went most viral this past season for dressing up as Coach Prime and being. I think he called himself White Prime, and that was his nickname, not mine. So he seems like an interesting cat, and so I'm glad you guys got to meet him. Is there when they talked about leadership, and obviously Ben is establishing himself as a leader too? Is there something that you aspire to be as a leader outside of being just a great player?
Man, I aspire to be a guy that. I mean, I'm not really a guy that talks much. I just want to lead by example. Like when I go, I'm going about my business. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to be coachable, and I'm going to do everything I can do to help this team out to win. Because I've been in two losing programs, and no shade to any of them. They're all great places, but man, I'm trying to win. I'm just going to come in and do whatever I can do, and I'm willing to do whatever to come in and win.
No talking from you, Dylan. No, like you get a sack and no comments. Just
Oh no, I'm gonna start. I do celebrations. I do those, but like I'm not one of the guys that's just gonna try to tell you what to do. You're a
okay.
grown man, and you should be able to be led by example, like
Got
Coach
you.
Prime.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, Coach, did you get a chance to talk with him a lot? What was that like?
Yes, sir. The conversation was pretty great. We had a one-on-one meeting. I had a one-on-one meeting with him. He told me what he wanted. He told me what he was looking for, and he just ready to win. Man, I could see it in his eyes when I was talking to him.
Yeah, I think he comes off as a very passionate guy, and I'm glad you got to experience that. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Dylan's journey from Charleston Southern to Boulder, what led him here, and more. But first, a quick break. This episode of Locked On Buffs is brought to you by our sponsors over at Rocket Money. Let's be real, managing your finances can feel overwhelming between subscriptions you forgot about, bills that keep going up, and trying to figure out where all your money actually goes each month. It's easy to feel like you're losing control, and who has time to track every transaction or hunt down hidden fees? That's where Rocket Money comes in, the personal finance app that helps you take control. It finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lowers your bill so you could grow your savings. I'm a first-time homeowner. I'm getting married in a few months. I'm using Rocket Money to help me save money, so that way I can help pay for the flowers and help pay for the mortgage and everything that in between. So do yourself a favor and let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/locked on. That's rocketmoney.com/locked on. Welcome back to Locked On Buffs. It's me. It's Dylan Manuel, the new Colorado Buffaloes defensive lineman. Dylan, let's talk about the journey from step one to where we are now. So in high school, you're at Stockbridge. You're a Georgia native for those that aren't familiar. Let's talk about your recruitment process. What were you? Do you feel like you were overlooked? Do you feel like you sort of were a late bloomer? Walk me through your recruitment and how you felt it went.
Man, my recruitment was pretty rough in high school. I
Mhm.
didn't start getting offers to my junior year, like my end of my junior year. After playoffs, I got my first offer on May 1st, the same day my brother graduated from college. So
Hmm.
that was pretty good. And then as the summer went on, I got my couple offers from NCAT and places like that in June. And then it recently picked up. It picked up when I was in my senior in the middle of the season, and that's when Charleston came and Stony Brook and ETSU. But at the end, like when it was time to commit, I only had really one offer, and I was really Charleston Southern. They stayed consistent with me since the month of June, and then they finally offered me in September, and
Mhm.
then I committed. And I just really thank that place for giving me a chance because nobody really else gave me a chance, and I feel like I was very overlooked.
Yeah, and so you were able to use your experience at Charleston Southern to get you an opportunity at App State, right? And obviously, the things didn't go how maybe you would have preferred App State in terms of record wise. But talk to me about what what your journey was at Charleston Southern. Like, why did you feel like that was the right time to leave and make the jump? Like, how did you feel like your time went there? Like, walk me through the steps because I think in college football there's just like this. there's like this bubble that you guys are in where it's just like, oh, Dylan Manuel's at Colorado now, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, and you had such a journey to get here. Like you said, you had one really committable offer in high school. So talk to me about your time at Charleston Southern, how it led to your time at App State.
Man, Charleston Southern, I came in, I was like fourth on the depth chart when I
Mhm.
came in. So I just kept working day by day. And when I came in, they just threw me in the middle of the fire, like during doing like day three of the playbook. I didn't know anything. So, knowing me, I had to move fast and adjust fast because college, they don't really care at all. Like it's a business now. So I just came in, did my work, and then by like I didn't really start as much at Charleston, but when I started playing, that's when I showed I can really play. And then I've always wanted to play on the FBS level. When I was in high school, I was like, man, I was like that FBS level is different. I was just seeing all my homeboys get the offers and stuff. And then my brother, cause he's very hard on him, he said, bro, if you don't go FBS, bro, out of high school, then something is wrong with you. I said, man, I really didn't go FCS, and I just kept that on my shoulder, and I always wanted to go to play on the FBS level. So I decided in the spring after when I had the spring portal, I
Mhm.
decided, man, I said, yeah, man, it's time to go. It's time to bet on yourself. Cause I was always scared to bet on myself. And I just said, man, just go bet on yourself and chase your dreams. Cause everybody want to be the man, but who's going to take the risk to be the man? And I just
Right.
took the risk, and I got in the portal, and I ended up at App State. And then from App State, I came in, Coach Glitch and Coach Dilla, they believed in me. Coach Glitch, actually in the portal, he came and talked to me for 2 hours straight. Two
Mm.
hours straight, had a home visit. He came and talked to me and my dad at the dinner table for 2 hours straight. I said, yeah, man, this is where I knew I needed to be. He's going to coach me hard. He's going to put me in uncomfortable positions that I need to be put in. And then when I got there, we had some tough times. We had tough conversations and stuff. Like, I think throughout the season, I got benched because of my practice habits, and I learned, like, man, you can't do anything with bad practice habits. And I created better practice habits, and towards the end of the season, I started balling out and getting better numbers. And then that's what led me to the P4 level, man. I've always wanted to be P4. I was like, man, going back to my hometown, saying you played for Colorado was kind of a blessing, or any P4 team.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, first of all, congratulations on your journey, but let's talk about you getting to Colorado now. So you're at App State. You obviously had to work through some things at the practice, I guess, your practice habits, like you said. And I mean, Coach Prime takes practice very seriously. He gives the guys
Yes.
opportunities off practice. So make sure we're 100% practice all the time. No, I'm just kidding. In reality, though, you go from App State to the portal again. And like this time, I think when you enter, everyone around the sport knows, like, okay, this is Dylan jumping to the highest level, right? So, what were you looking for in a school? What stood out in Colorado's pitch? Like, who were you talking to? Like, what did they like say? Hey, Dylan, this is what makes us special. This is what we could do for you.
What really made it special, man, it's just like Colorado is Colorado. Like there's so much. There all eyes on Colorado at all times, even when you're losing. Like Coach Prime
Mhm.
has that spotlight on the program, and I feel like I could come here and get drafted because I'm going to be here for the next 2 years. So
Mhm.
you already got me back, and no coming back sign. So I'm going to be here for the next 2 years. But really, just the coaches like Warren Sapp, like I'm getting coached by one of the best defensive linemen to ever played the game. So it's like, man, it's just really a blessing. And then the special place like the coaches, like I said earlier, and then everybody else.
Yeah, no, I think it's. I mean, it's great that you have such an opportunity. I have. This is like a question. We're gonna go deep in thought here, Dylan. We're gonna call this deep in thought with Dylan Manuel. What was the moment where you felt like things clicked for you, right? Because you went from under recruited, you're at the FCS level, and like you had to work your way in. You had to work your way into App State. Like, what is the moment where it felt like it clicked, and you're like, okay, I just need to do this every time, so that way I could be in the NFL or I could be at the highest level of college football.
It clicked when me and Coach Glitch, we got into it at App. It was at practice, man. I said, man, he really cares. He just kept harping on it, like, man, you need to be more consistent. I said, okay. I looked at myself in the mirror when I went home. I said, Dylan, if you want to do this, you have to change. You can't keep
Mm,
the same attitude that you've been having. Like, oh, I already made it. No, you haven't made it at all. You're nowhere near where you want to be.
mm.
And it just really started from like the Georgia Southern game. Like I started, it was late in the season when I started getting more consistent. That's really what I need to work on is being more consistent. But it clicked that game, and then just so forth on, like just keep getting better and keep getting better every single day.
How hard is it to have that conversation with yourself where it's like, yeah, we've done well, but we're not where we want to be at the highest level? Like, how hard is that conversation?
Man, that conversation was pretty hard, man. Like really just telling yourself the thing that you don't want to hear at all. Like, especially coming for yourself. You could have somebody tell you, but yourself telling you is not. It's just different. Like, it's very hard.
Yeah, because I think the one person we always have believing in us is ourselves, right? Hopefully. And so to kind of hit that point where it's like, dude, I'm not doing what I need to do yet. It's great that you figured that out though. And like I feel like, and I would love to get your thoughts on this. I feel like there's a lot of athletes who don't hit their potential simply because they're unable to have that conversation with themselves.
Yeah, that is very true. Like, there's some athletes out there that have the ability to go above and beyond, but they're
Mhm.
they're not intact with themselves. They don't have enough self awareness to be like, okay, this is what I need to do. Their egos kind of get in the way, and their pride, like they think they made it, but it's really just self awareness, man.
Yeah, and I think self-awareness is the greatest tool anyone can have. We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about Colorado's vision this upcoming season. Welcome back to Locked On Buffs. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And thank you for making us the #1 podcast network in the business over at Locked On. Joining me, Dylan Manuel. Dylan, let's talk Colorado's mission. We sort of talked about what drew you there. We talked about like the coaches that talked to you. They put you guys in a room, I assume. And is there a speech that Coach Prime gives? Is he like, hey, you guys are my new Louis luggage? Like, I want dogs. Like, what is the mission that Colorado is on? And enlighten us on sort of what that looks like.
Man, the mission is go 1-0 every day. We're just trying to get better every day. We're not gonna look too far ahead. We're just gonna stay grinding. Worry about what's ahead of us. Worry about today is what the mission is. And then when we get to the season, it's just we just gotta execute. I mean, I feel like the coach is gonna give us a great plan. Coach Livingston and the new OC, Coach Brennan Marion. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna bring that offense in and have a great offense, especially with our competitive quarterback Juju Lewis.
Mhm. And I've seen a lot of Juju Lewis tweets recently. And like, did you guys get a chance to chat with him or learn about him?
Yeah, I got to talk to him a little bit. He doesn't really talk. He's just like me, but I feel like he's a competitive leader. That's what Ben told me because I asked. He said, man, Juju wasn't having a great practices, but man, when he got in the game, he lit it up. I feel like he's just very competitive.
Juju's a Georgia guy, so you got to get on him. You Georgia guys got to
Yeah,
stick together.
yes, sir. I,
No, I think that's great. In reality, you guys get together as a group. Is it weird being with a bunch of people you don't know? And like, obviously, you guys are committing, but is there like a sense of camaraderie after the fact, or is it just like, walk us through that?
yes, sir. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's really not because like all the guys, like when we came in the room, all the guys went out afterwards, like after uh the dinner we had, and all the guys went out just hang out with each other because we knew what it was going to be.
Mhm. So you got some commits, looking good. What is your recruiting tactic to get other guys to head to Boulder with you?
I've been recruiting on Twitter recently, but or X, but really just getting guys to come in. I mean, the coach's resume speaks for itself. We have a multiple NFL coaches. Coach Livingston coached in the league for like 12 years, and so he knows what it takes to get to the league. And then just the resume, really.
Yeah. In terms of what Colorado achieves to be or strives to be next year, how do you guys, as this new group, how are you guys focused on helping Colorado take that next step?
To take the next step, first we got to come in and build a team. We're a
Mhm.
bunch of Porter guys that's been everywhere, like different places. We just got to come in and build a team and build a connection, so we can go and take that next step first.
As someone who's sort of been at multiple programs, do you feel like you have any responsibility, or not? I don't want to say any responsibility, but do you feel like you can take responsibility in terms of like helping build that culture and like what do you envision the culture should be?
Yeah, I can take a little bit. I don't want to come in and overstep my boundaries too much because I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure Coach Prime has a culture that he wants, how he wants, and then I'm just gonna come in, do what I do, and then try to create a culture of like, man, because I'm a guy that like to go fish. So any guys that like to go fishing, we can all go fishing. Because I heard there's a couple lakes. Even Prime has lakes at his house, I think. So just doing the little stuff, man. Just going bowling or going to Denver, just doing the little stuff right.
Little team bonding on the lake, a little fishing action. Love to see it.
Yes, sir.
When you're fishing, what makes you love fishing? Because it's like the complete opposite of football. Like your position in football is like, I'm gonna smash whoever's in front of me, I'm going to run someone over, and then I'm gonna try to smash whoever has the ball. And then in fishing, it's just like, I'm gonna sit here quietly and hope a little fish eats a worm.
Yeah, it's really just the peace it brings me. Like it really just takes my mind away from everything because I'm so focused on getting the fish. But it really just soothes my mind, just give me peace, and just bring comfortability.
Gotcha. Okay, Dylan, you're new to the Boulder scene. You're new to Colorado. So, what are 3 things that fans should know about you? We're going to practice for your first day of class. This is your 3 fun facts section. So, let's have them locked and loaded. That way, when they go, introduce yourself. You're like, my name's Dylan. Like, you have good fun facts. Let's get 3 of them.
3 fun facts. um, I smile a lot. That's one of them. I don't know if
Okay.
that's a fun fact. I smile a lot. That is a great. I like
I know
to I like
you're
to
going to have to
eat.
answer this question in class. They're going to be like, Dylan,
Yeah,
tell us about yourself.
I like to eat.
Favorite food?
My favorite food is salmon and rice or crawfish.
Oh,
I love
crawfish.
crawfish, so it's gonna be hard to get crawfish out here, but I
Mhm.
love those two. And then um, I'm just a guy who loves to interact with the fans. Like I love saying hello, taking pictures or whatever.
Okay, cool. Okay, so if you see Dylan on the streets, snap a flick with him and maybe offer him a little broiled crawfish. He'll appreciate that.
Yes,
But
sir.
one final question before we go, Dylan. What are you most excited about to be a Colorado Buffalo?
I'm excited to win. I'm excited to see the fans happy, man. Just change the narrative around. And
Mhm.
then most important, just putting the C on my chest, and then just going to play for my name plate on my back, and that's really it.
Awesome, Dylan. I appreciate you hopping on the show. Tell the people where they could follow you so we could get that follower count even higher. You know the Colorado fans love to support. Tell them where they could find you.
My Twitter is Dylan Manuel 99 underscore, and my Instagram is DY number 1 AN 99 underscore.
There we go. Dylan Manuel, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. I'm Kevin Borba, host of Locked On Buffs. We're free and available wherever you get your podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one.